My name is Richard. I'm 34 years old. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Richard is addicted to crystal meth.
I wouldn't call myself an addict because why would I?
When Richard is high on crystal, he thinks he is a superstar.
Carnival! Carnival!
He is the center of the universe, and he's very happy and full of energy and very excited. But it gets pretty ugly as he stays up for days. Then it starts to get pretty edgy.
She can off. It's like, both. I just can't do this right now. I'm not gonna keep your teeth out. Ugh.
He'll do whatever he has to do to get drugs.
I've, for money because that just makes sense to me.
Richard has put himself in many risky situations.
Woke up in a parking lot, by a paramedic and covered in dirt and blood and bruises or whatever.
When I had Richard, he was very cute. He was a very outgoing little boy, always dancing and playing. Richard was always different.
Richard was a little more effeminate than most.
I was drawn to Barbies and dancing and music and, solid gold. Since even kindergarten, I would be chased around by absolutely everyone. I'd have 600 students shaking my bus, trying to get me to come off the bus to get my ass kicked by some random dude. I'd be called and terrorized and assaulted and humiliated. It was always just because I was, different. I can hardly describe to you how bad it was.
At that time, he was very close with his sister, Kim.
Didn't go down around Kim in Kimmy Town, you know what I mean? Someone called me a and we kept walking and went to geography class. That was like my sister Kim. Seriously, she was like a warrior. And it was all for me. It's like her whole life was for me. My sister was the only person in my life who ever made me feel acceptance for who I was, and it made it easier to be that way.
Kim was very protective of Richard, but she couldn't protect him from everyone.
As Richard grew into a young man, it became more and more difficult for my stepfather to face his peers in the religious world.
My husband didn't agree with Richard's being gay because if you're one of Jehovah's Witnesses, of course you cannot be gay.
I would get beaten.
If I were to do to my son what my stepfather did, I would probably be in prison today. My mother would say, just take it.
I adored my mom, but I just got so confused and disheartened because she didn't do anything to put an end to the physical abuse because it never stopped.
The Bible says the men are the elders. They would have the final say, and you're supposed to go along with it.
It had gone on for 11 years or 12 years. I knew the most discomfort, the most pain I could possibly know. To be honest, I kind of was wanted my mom to admit that she didn't protect me. All she had to do was make sure nobody us or beat us, and that's that's everything she didn't do.
He just thought that I somehow knew, but I did not know. I honestly did not know. When I found out, then I had to go and, of course, have that person charged. That's exactly what I did. He wasn't even sentenced to 1 year.
He was very angry and very upset, and he's just found ways to numb that pain.
That's when I discovered the gay community of Toronto. Yeah, it was an awakening for me.
Richard flourished for a while, but it didn't last.
I don't even have words to describe how much I love my sister, or like how like she was like the only reason that I can't even say it. Like,
There's no relationship between Peter and Richard. They don't speak.
my brother has a hard time with me being gay.
He's gay. I've accepted that fact. I didn't like it. I'll be the first to tell you when I was growing up, it was incredibly hard on me. But that doesn't mean I don't love him. My issue with Richard is the way in which he conducts his life. He should be disgusted with the way that he acts, the way that he treats his mother. He should be disgusted with the way that he treats himself. Those are the reasons why I don't like him.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Oh my God, my whole family's there. It is. What is going on? Why is everybody there? I'm totally leaving.
Richard, come here.
Leaving. Leaving.
Richard! No way. Richard!
I'll hold your hand. I'm not going. Let the go. And I'm serious.
Richard?
Let me go. Ah, let me go. Let me go, you freak. Let me. Bitch. Oh.
So, you heard from him last night, is that right?
In detail. I'll read the note. I never thought my own family would choose entrapment instead of enlightenment. I spent my life being bullied by strangers and peers, and now my family. How on earth did any of you think this would be good? I responded at 1:08 a.m. Richard, this is just me talking. You need help. You will go to a wonderful facility.
Do you want me to finish reading it?
I got it. You can build new relationships. You can find new, positively supportive friends. Carve new roads. Build a new life. Help us to finally help you. Once and for all. We all want the best for you, and we have found the best for you. Take it. Please take it.
Well, I think that says it all.
That'll probably be the last time I speak to him.
The biggest issue that Richard struggles with is having memories of having childhood sexual abuse. My hope for Richard, now that he's doing this, is that he cannot be defined by sexual abuse, not be defined by crystal meth, but become the person he's meant to be.
Swell, you know.